Hi, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 signs that you are an empath. Hi, I'm Gretleach. I'm a former lawyer making my transition into my full-time purpose to help you to live a life filled with joy, inner peace, confidence and passion by understanding who you are on a soul level and by reaching your full potential. I'm really excited to share this video with you today because it was a real game changer for me at the start of my spiritual awakening in understanding who I am as a person. Before I get into the video, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button because it will help me to grow the channel and reach more people that need to hear my messages. Without further ado, we'll get into the video. The first sign, number 1, that you are potentially an empath is you take on other people's emotions as your own. This was massive for me and still something that now, 6 years down the line into my self-evolution, my spiritual journey, that I do now, and I still have to bring myself back and go, hang on a moment, before you arrived at that particular place or before you was around that person, you felt okay, and then all of a sudden you're feeling overwhelmed or certain emotions or certain sensations in my body. One of the things for me when I know I'm picking up on somebody else's energy is I feel it in my solar plexus area and I get like a heavy tightness, like a burning sensation. So that's how I know I'm picking up on other people's energy. Now, when I first found out that I was an empath, I used to protect my energy a lot, and a little tip that I'm going to throw into this video for you now is before you go out of the house, imagine that you're stepping into a big bubble that you can zip up from the bottom all the way to the top of your head. And throughout the day, no one is able to permeate that bubble. So you're not going to be allowing anybody else's energy in. You're going to be protecting your own energy. And that is really empowering and really powerful as well. So that's just a little tip. But if you feel like you're all mumble jumbled, you don't know what's your energy, what's somebody else's energy, and you feel like when you go out and socialise, it's very overwhelming, it's very intense for you, that's probably a sign that you've got some of your own stuff that you need to work through, because in order to be able to differentiate between what is your energy, what are your emotions and what are somebody else's, you need to be able to firstly understand how it feels for something that's trauma based, something that's conditioning based, and something that is, you know, isn't yours and is somebody else's, maybe conditioning or trauma or whatever they're projecting onto you. But if you do feel like that's all mumble jumbled and mixed up, and like I say, you feel overwhelmed when you do socialise, it could be because you've got some stuff to work on. And very most likely as well, if you're here watching this, that is most likely going to be the case for you, that you have some stuff that you need to start working through, because that was definitely the case for me. That leads me on to number 2. The vibe of the room matters to you. So when you're in a certain situation, you can either feel very, very comfortable around certain people or in a certain situation or in a room, or you can feel very, very uncomfortable. It can kind of be one extreme to another, and you don't like it when you feel uncomfortable, and the reason that you don't like it is because you're then going to be picking up on everybody else's energy in that room and the vibe of that room that doesn't necessarily align with your energy and resonate with your energy. So if you do feel extreme polarity in how you can feel around a certain person or in a certain room or in a certain situation compared to another, that is because you're picking up on the energy and the vibe of the room. And because you're an empath, that is something that's very, very important to you. And the more that you start to understand yourself as well, when you realise that you're an empath, and the more that you start to you know, unravel things that no longer serve you, get rid of that energy, cleanse, protect your energy and all of that, it then starts to become more clear when you are in a certain situation that the vibe feels off to you, and you don't automatically just think, oh, it's me, I'm really anxious, and take everybody else's energy on as your own, which obviously was the first point that we talked about. So the third sign that you are an empath is you understand where people are coming from, And again, the reason why you understand where people are coming from is because you're able to feel so deeply into somebody else's emotions and somebody else's energy. And it's almost like you're able to step into their shoes and feel everything that's going on for them. That is a real strong sign that you are an empath. And that is, again, another reason why it's really important that you protect your energy and you cleanse and clear your energy, because every time you help someone, and as an empath you are naturally going to help people in life because you're going to be drawn to those people, it's really important that you protect yourself and you cut the cords from when you've helped somebody. So if you know you've gone about your day and helped somebody in that day, then you come home, you have a salt bath, you cleanse the energy, you set the intention, you go and meditate, you clear and protect your energy, and you cut the cords. And you can just do that visually, or you can just do a guided meditation. You can find lots of them on YouTube. So that's really, really important, because as somebody that understands how somebody is feeling and able to step into their shoes and help them, you are going to be feeling into their emotions. And you don't have to do this for everybody. This is one of the parts of an unhealed empath, is that we give, say yes, yes, yes all the time. We don't have boundaries, and that unfortunately that leads to us feeling very burnt out, very resentful, because we feel like we're just giving to everybody else and we're never giving back to ourselves. So self-care and cleansing your energy and protecting your energy is vital for an empath. Point 4, sign 4 that you are an empath, is people turn to you for advice. Now, I've had this my whole life. Everybody always comes to me for advice. Everybody always feels comfortable enough to tell me their full story, their life story, and people just naturally do that. And that is a sign basically that you are an empath. So if you feel like you're like this wise old soul and that everybody always comes to you for advice, and you always seem to have an uncanny way of knowing the answer and knowing what to say to them for the best, that's a sign that you're an empath, and a beautiful sign as well. I love that people naturally are drawn to you. I love that part about being an empath. And that leads me on to sign 5, is you have a calming effect on other people and the power to heal them. And this is like my partner always said to me when he was going through a stage in his life where he'd got some things that he was working through, and he was feeling anxious and sometimes suffering with panic attacks and things like that. And he would always ring me and say that I had this really calming effect on the phone to him, and I was able to help him and talk him through it and just have this natural way of really calming him down. And I'm also a Reiki practitioner as well, and I know I've got really healing hands. So naturally you are going to be a healer. You are going to have this calming effect on people, and people are going to be drawn to your energy, especially the more that you heal, the more that you clear that surface level stuff that no longer serves you anymore, the conditioning, the programming, and the symptoms of that, which leads into anxiety, all of that surface level stuff. When we're able to clear that and we're feeling this connection, and we're connected to our heart and our soul and our body, and we feel that inner peace, we are going to be, people are going to be even more attracted to us as well, because we're going to have even more of a calming effect and be even more healing with our energy without even saying or doing anything. It's the ripple effect. Energy is everything. So I hope that resonated. There is lots and lots of signs and traits you can find. Go and have a look on YouTube. There's also a lady called Judith Orloff. She wrote an empath survival guide. I haven't personally read it myself, to be honest. I did a lot of working with coaches and mentors where I learned a lot about empaths and just researching it and different things. But it is really a really good book, I hear. And whenever I went to have a look all over YouTube, there was lots and lots of articles and things from Judith Orloff. So head over and have a little look, because she will be able to help you more. So thank you for being here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next video. Lots of love.